Welcome back to BeerFormers. This is our
Hi, everybody.
9th episode. Me do fingers.
That's good camping.
We're so excited. Hey, since our last episode, you're going to be watching this one on Mother's Day. So first off, happy Mother's Day to all you mothers out there. This is the mother of my children, and I love her to pieces, and wouldn't be doing this without her. So thank you all the moms of the world.
And I bet my mom might be watching too, so happy Mother's Day, Mom.
Since our last episode, we challenged you guys to get us up to 150 subscribers. And, you know, you didn't quite get there, but we went from 112 to 133.
Yeah! Woo!
So
you guys are great!
We're
We
still
love
growing,
you all.
so it's awesome. It's awesome.
Yes!
So for our 9th episode of BeerFormers for this week, we're dipping in here. We're doing our first video on something that's actually not a transformer, but it's something in my collection because I'm a little eclectic. In what
I see what you did there.
What I like to collect. In addition to actual Transformers, the brand toys, I do have some like Rock Lords, which we'll probably touch on someday. I've got Battle Beasts, which are a spin-off of Transformers, so that's kind of like a gray area there a little bit.
Are they Hasbro too?
They were. Yeah,
Okay.
Hasbro at the car, yeah. And I've got some like other odds and ends throughout my collection. So the ones we're going to do tonight are kind of fun. These are some of my favorite things of all time. And they're so simple and they're so awesome. We're talking about the McDonald's Happy Meal Food Changeables.
And apparently Ronan's so excited he had to come bounding down the stairs right now.
We'll show you our buddy at some point here. So the Food Changeables were a Happy Meal. There were three actually, lines of this Food Changeable toys that came out in the 80s and early 90s.
Yeah. Oh, I love me a good Happy Meal.
The first set of them came out in the select markets. They were testing the waters. Believe it or not, St. Louis was one of the test markets for it.
No way!
So St. Louis got like about 4 or 5
Sweet.
figures that when they did the full rollout a little bit later, some of those figures weren't included in the full rollout. So if you lived in the St. Louis area, and there's a couple other places I think, but we're from the St. Louis area. There were some
Do you
toys.
have them all?
I have them all.
Of course you do.
I have them all. So tonight we're gonna roll them all out. We're gonna talk about them one by one, real quick, because they're real simple. Noelle's gonna transform these like she always does, and she should have problems with these.
Yeah.
But first off, we'll talk about some of these ones. If you don't know, Food Changeables were initially they were they were transformers since they're robots that turned into something else, right? And they turned into McDonald's food items. Then they did a line where they were dinosaurs that turned into McDonald's food items, and I didn't collect those because I'm into the whole robot thing.
Okay.
Okay.
So now we know where you draw the line.
And then I think I'm gonna guess on the year in this one. I'll have to double check this when we edit. But I think it was in 2018 they did like a anniversary edition of Happy Meal toys where they brought back some old ones in the past. And for the Food Changeables, they actually had a brand new one. It transformed very similarly to one of these ones we'll talk about here tonight.
Okay.
So it had a similar transformation scheme, but it was a brand new food item, therefore, and a new character. So that so that was like the coda on the end of the Food Changeable at this point. McDonald's also had some other fun robot toys that came out. They had the very first Transformers license toy that was also only available in St. Louis. I don't have any of those though. And they were just static figures. They were just like Bumblebee and Cliff Jumper.
I bet you're looking at those every toy show you go to.
I don't know. They don't transform. They're just figurines. They're kind of cool. I probably will get them someday if I can. But anyway, enough of that. So Happy Meal toy. Everyone knows Happy Meal. Everyone knows, if you've never had a Happy Meal in your life, you have not had a good life.
Yeah, let's assume everybody's watching this or remembers Happy Meals, right? It was about all I wanted to eat when I was a
box.
kid.
You open it up inside. There was some food, whatever. There was a toy inside. It was amazing.
I know.
And so McDonald's came out with the Food Changeable. So our first one up tonight is one of the ones that was available only in certain select areas, including St. Louis. This is Super Shake.
You know their names?
I
or
do.
Did you make this up?
No, I'm pretty sure these are the actual names of them.
May or may not be headcanon.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is not headcanon. But Super Shake, it turns into a shake, oddly enough. So
chocolate, vanilla, strawberry.
These ones that came out in select areas didn't have very creative paint applications for the face.
It's actually kind of horrifying.
The second round that came out, that came out pretty much everywhere, had much more going on when it came to this. So these were you can tell it's kind of a test market thing because of that. So here's Super Shake, Noelle.
Okay, and like the old McDonald's logo's on here and everything. Yep. I don't know if you can see that or not.
I'll put it on the screen later.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so here goes Super Shake. All right, so, well, one arm was already down. Oh my gosh, look at that. That's a record for me.
We'll do a gross total of all these.
I'm as smart as a 3-year-old.
Woohoo!
I'm as smart as ages 3 and up, right? That's probably what
this came out, and this one came out in both lines. The test market line, the other one, is Macro Mac. He turns into a Big Mac sandwich. His whole bottom area is the sandwich, so I guess he hovers around like this. There was actually an animated commercial for this. I'm gonna try to put some screenshots of that on there.
I don't remember the commercial.
I don't remember it either until I discovered it here not too long ago. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. So like there was like a story like the Food Changeables that come to Earth to fight the Hungaries or something like that, and so it's pretty cool. So it is on YouTube, but I'll see if I can find the link.
They probably fought the
Fry Guys. Macro Mac. Go ahead and also you can transform Macro Mac.
If I can't transform, look at this.
Boom, Big Mac. This one is a loose foods item, as you can tell. Another one from the St. Louis and certain select areas. I can't remember how many other select areas there were, but
it's the old packaging.
Yeah, this one is one that looks like the old styrofoam packaging. This one is Nutro Nugget. It turns into a pack of chicken nugget. And the old foam, maybe this doesn't show up on the screen but there was like a little well for just your sauce.
Yeah.
And so that's molded into the bottom of this guy. So there's Nutro Nugget.
Okay, come on, Nutro. Let's see what we can do here. Okay, this is the first one that's just a tad challenging. Oh, there we go.
Boom. Most of these just fold over, So.
Yeah.
Not like it. So again, here's the
but I mean, super cool. I imagine getting one of these.
The chicken McNuggets, original foam
with
packaging.
Your burger and your fries and your cookies.
You're eating your food and you're playing with it at the same time. Right. But yet, not playing with your food. Your man say, "Quit playing with your food," but I'm not really. I'm playing with the food chain.
Take that, Mom and Dad.
Take that, Mom. All right, here's another one from the St. Louis and select areas. This one is Quadra QP.
Okay, do kids even know what quadra means? Is it
something to do with 4? I'm not sure why.
Is it a quarter pounder?
Yeah, it turns into a quarter pounder sandwich.
That's where the 4
again, simplified paint application of this because the test marker.
Yeah, and it looks like he's going like this thing's going to eat you.
Now, after I put this one on the screen, remember this one for later because this is the one that they based the brand new one off of that they came out with just a couple of years ago. For the anniversary line.
Going on there? Why is there a big
hole? It doesn't hole in the bottom, probably just to save plastic and weight.
Oh, I thought maybe that a battery went in there or something.
No batteries,
or something. Like maybe it had a voice.
Okay, and I think this is there's two more. There's a couple more. This one turns into an Egg McMuffin.
What's its name? Exciting Egger.
Now you put me on the spot. It just left my brain.
Sorry.
Eggtastic. It turns into an Egg McMuffin. This name will come to me in a second. We'll put these on the got again. Okay. This is kind of hunched over and almost like, yes, master. I don't know.
Igor. Eggy Igor is his name. Okay. Yeah, it's easy. Boop. Got it. Now I want some McDonald's.
I think he's No, that's not Cake. That's coming up.
Fries for this.
I'll put the name of that one on the screen later. I apologize for forgetting it. This one came out in both lines. This next one. The original one I don't have. The one that came out like in St. Louis and select areas, like I said. It was its face was blue and its arms were all just regular red. So the second edition of it, they switched like this teal color and actually painted his hands a little bit.
Yeah, give him a little definition.
This is Fry Force.
Yeah, that's actually pretty cool. That sounds like a TV show.
He's a large order of French fries, which is significant because later on there's going to be another French fry toy coming up here in a second. So then try
are they both part of the Fry Force? Doesn't that sound like something that would...
The Fry Guys, if you remember. They were the Fry Goblins at one time, and then I guess Goblins became Ted.
I did it. Fry Force sounds like a show that would be on syndication on Channel 11. Mm-hmm. Starring David Hasselhoff. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so these next ones I'm going to show you, unless I've screwed up and forgotten something. Got it.
These next ones were all from the second line that was released everywhere. These test marketed.
So these are the St. Louis ones.
These have been test marketed. These in St. Louis and a couple other towns. They did pretty well. So we'll roll it out.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, rather than just doing these all over again, there were some they kept.
Yeah.
And some they didn't.
Yeah.
Right. So you could get Macro Mac both times. You could get Fry Force both times.
What about Quadrophenia or whatever?
Quadra QP, no, and the McNugget one, no, and the Egg McMuffin one, which name is still escaping this point.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to make that happen.
So next up is our other shake, or this one could be just a soda. It doesn't have to be a shake per se.
Oh, that's true.
This little guy, it also turns into a soda cup. This is Crypto Cup.
Okay.
Crypto Cup turns into a McDonald's soda. He could be a shake too, I guess, But
was he like the I don't know.
This was the second round of the ones that made the animated commercial.
Was he like their
mascot or something like that?
Yeah, what do you call somebody who like breaks into computers and stuff? A hacker.
They're a hacker.
Yeah,
because he's crypto.
Yeah. Was he the Transformers hacker?
Maybe he could kill Superman.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so.
Get him
Have a little of this.
Crypto cup. Superman's like,
and if this was, and if this was a soda, it would be Coke, and it would taste better than any other kind of Coke because Coke tastes better at McDonald's.
Now this next one's name I'm not 100% sure of because I think his name was just C2.
Lame.
But I've also seen it C2 Cheeseburger, almost like it's a droid name or something like that. But this is like, if you look at the face of this one, when we put it on the screen, this is definitely like supposed to be like the little buddy of the Food Changeables, and he turns into a regular McDonald's hamburger. So that is C2 or C2 Cheeseburger.
Dave, it's not a hamburger because it has cheese on it.
Okay, it's a cheeseburger. I apologize.
Just get it right.
Because that is true. Because a hamburger is coming up actually.
Oh, okay.
Hamburger is coming up. This is a cheeseburger. C2.
I want to eat a cheeseburger now.
Cheeseburger.
This looks good.
All right, another one that's in the old foam packaging. It also is a quarter pounder, oddly enough. But instead of the original quarter pounder, which is just a loose sandwich, this is the quarter pounder in its container.
Yeah, that old styrofoam or whatever that. What was it made out of?
They were styrofoam.
Okay.
Yeah. God, this one's names escape me now too. And now that I'm filming this, is like everything's gone. But I'll put the actual names on the board.
Yeah.
This one is another fold over, much like the. It could be
quarter pounder. Oh, yeah, it's got the old print on it and everything. This is like a
quarter
trip down
pounder
memory
with cheese,
lane. Oh, I loved.
Now here is Robo Cakes. Robo Cakes turns into hot cakes with sausage. And this one's kind of fun. He's got a little like his bottom as like a sled or something like that, and he hovers around. But that is Robo Cakes.
Yeah. You little Robo Cakes. Did you eat your baby cakes?
And it says hot cakes and sausage.
Yeah,
we'll put
that's
that on the screen.
cool. I love that. That's fun.
Then we had Fry Force.
Okay.
Now we have just Frybot, who is a small order of fries.
Oh, yeah.
And what's weird about this one is he's got molded hands coming out the bottom here, but he walks on them almost like, I guess he's like an ape or something.
Sure.
Walking just his hands. But he's a small order of fries. Yeah. That is. And he's got a movable mouth. His mouth can...
that's cool.
Open his mouth like it, yeah. So, that's Frybot.
More than meets the fry. Okay, here we go. All right, I got it.
All right. And I think the lamest one in terms of its robotness is coming up next.
So you've got the old McDonald's print on it. This is the old branding.
In terms of robotness, this is the girl of the group.
Oh.
Okay. And she's Turbo Cone. All right.
It looks like she has breasts.
Well, I guess kind of, sort of right here, maybe. But she definitely has makeup on and lipstick. And when they did the dino version of that, they had that exact same toy, but they just swapped out the face on it and the hands to make it into a dinosaur.
She looks angry.
They transformed the exact same way, otherwise.
That's
pretty. You just fold the hands in, head down, ice cream cone, and you can't. Just like the McFlurry, you can't always find that even today.
There we go. There's the whole menu.
Okay, and so there's still next one. But not least, this is the one that came out, I think, in 2018. I'll double check that and put it on the screen like that. They did an anniversary series in certain places. This one turns into a regular plain hamburger. This one did not get a name, so his name could be whatever we want it to be.
So what's your headcanon? Say
Burgertron.
That's all right. We can think. We need to workshop that.
If Megatron is fine for the leader of the Decepticons, Burgertron is fine for Burgertron is the name of an actual Transformer that came out later on in the Bots series, which we haven't talked about at all.
Oh boy!
But this one transforms exactly the same as the Quarter Pounder one from the Test Market line, and he's even got a similar face, but his outside body is all different. And if you look really closely at the faces of these, there are some subtle differences. So it wasn't like they just slapped a new body on. There are some mold changes to it at all. Our dog Ronan is off to the side.
Yeah, apparently
he has to come down here into the Transformers pit to do this with. And the very last one is actually not an official.
Pickle. Is that pickle?
I think it's probably lettuce. Maybe it could be pickle. It could be the one.
I think it's a pickle sticking out of the side.
The last one I have for you is actually not an official one. It's one I like to do what's called a kit bash. Sometimes you take one.
You made this one,
and you change it by altering, taking pieces off, and maybe adding something like that one. They did. I'll go ahead and transform this one. I'll let you transform this back. They had a Happy Meal box toy for the dinosaur line.
Oh my gosh.
This was a Happy Meal O'Don when it first came out. You know?
Yeah.
And so for this one, you just fold the legs down. Okay, and it's got little legs, it's got little humps like that, and pops up. He had a dinosaur head there, but I put a robot head on there to kind of make it into the unofficial.
Oh, that's
last
cute.
guy.
I like it.
So a little bit of paint, the robot head on there, and now he's
there's his little
the golden arcs. I'm sorry, that's Coming to America.
But this is like his plates on his back?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I made him into a robot once so he could match our box. I wanted to have the Happy Meal box because I thought it kind of completed the look of the whole set there, you know. So.
Cool.
So these are the Food Changeables. A lot of fun. Super easy to transform. Pretty easy to find. You go to almost any, you know, like toy show or yard sale or something like that sometimes, and people got these
them in bags. Around. Yeah.
And they can go for some good, especially the ones that were the test market ones. Can get up there a little bit, but even then, it's not going to bust you to try to get all these. Yeah. And they're just fun because it's nostalgia. Looking at the old McDonald's packaging for those of us who are old enough to remember when they had everything in styrofoam and stuff, and all that kind of stuff too. So.
It makes me think about how much I enjoyed Happy Meals when I was a kid. But I always make my mom order me a plain burger with nothing on it. God love her, she would. And that would mean we have to leave the drive-thru and wait for 15 minutes where they specially cooked my burger. And I'm sure, you know, everybody in the car was like, you know, cursing my name. But my mom would do that for me because wouldn't eat it otherwise. Now I like all the stuff on the burgers as an adult, but I would get so excited when I get my burger and my toy, and they had some great.
I remember this one. It just came to me.
Oh, good.
The quarter pounder is not the hamburger. This one is just the hamburger. This is Quadra QP. The quarter pounder is Galacta Burger.
Okay, see, that's pretty cool.
Galacta Burger. That one came back to me. I still can't remember.
It's better than Burger.
I still can't remember the Egg McMuffin one off the top of my head. So it'll come to me later, maybe what we're talking about. So that was kind of fun. Trip down memory lane.
Yeah, for sure.
Short. So let's celebrate with some adult beverages.
Now what I'd really love now is a chocolate shake from McDonald's, but we'll settle for beer, okay?
Our urgent mission on Earth is to stop the Munchoids stealing the Happy Meals.
But how? Listen, guys, we break down into microbots across the galaxy, okay? Then instead of rematerializing big, let's duplicate ourselves.
So that everyone gets one of us in their Happy Meal and we'll beat the Munchoids.
Each week there'll be a different one of us in every McDonald's Happy Meal, and the box will transform too.
Good work, Fry. But hurry. Prepare to transfer.
So,
how about a dark beer?
Yeah, I think that sounds absolutely perfect. So, here's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to focus on a big name in St. Louis, Citywide. Or Citywide.
Citywide's
That's the name of the beer.
Yeah.
The name of the I was sitting here thinking, unlike my husband, I make notes, and so I'm not going to forget anything or say the wrong thing. And right off the bat, I say the wrong name. So the name of the brewery is Hands Brewing, and the beer we're going to talk about today is a Citywide, in the Citywide family. But
so while Noel's getting that ready for us here, we are Hands have been putting out a series of beers all about Voltron. We're going to do those eventually, I swear, as soon as we get like enough of there's all 5 of them. Because I have Voltron toys too, as probably comes as no surprise to anyone who's watched this channel at all. So when we get the Voltron series of beers, we'll actually talk about Voltron too.
Why don't you pour these for us while I talk a little bit about...
So our beer tonight is Citywide Stout. There's 3 or 4 different Citywide
Well, I'm going to get to that.
Yeah,
so I'm going to tell you a little bit about Hands Brewery, okay? So it was launched in 2011 by a man named Kevin Limp, who is not related to the Limp family brewing legacy of St. Louis at all. He got into this business by working in marketing and sales for Gallo Winery. And so he really got to know, what kind of things people liked. And it has grown since 2011 to become the largest craft brewery in St. Louis. And its motto is Ales Without Borders. Their goal is to, this is from the website, push the envelope of craft beer while still being approachable. So their inspiration was was Fat Tire. So they think that's a beer that craft beer
Which is
lovers,
New Belgium, right?
Yeah. Love. Craft beer lovers of it, but it's also, very approachable for your average beer drinker, okay? So today there are 2 locations. There's one in Chesterfield. The one that we love to go to is the Original Brewery and Tasting Room. It's on South 8th Street in the downtown St. Louis area. It's very close to Nestle Purina.
It's right next to Anheuser-Busch.
Right.
Basically, too.
And the Tasting Room, they do have food there. They also have skee ball and arcade games. Oh, yeah. And it's kid-friendly, but anybody who's 18 or under has to be accompanied by adults when they're in there. Right. The brewmaster is Will Johnson. And he came from Goose Island.
Goose Island. That's in Chicago, correct?
That's right. So right now at Four Hands, they have what they call their core beers. They have seasonal and limited release beers. They have hard seltzers. They also have non-alcoholic brews, and you can get all that on tap there. They distribute far and wide. It's all cans, but they are all over this region. And they also do some distilling. So they have a brand called 1220 Spirits, and they say that is a botanically inspired craft distillery.
What does that mean? They put like different herbs into it?
Yes, to infuse.
It?
And then they also have a line of whiskeys called Withered Oak. So they're all over the distilling and brewing business and always trying new things. And you can always check their website to see what beers are available, especially when they're seasonal. I would say that one of the beers they like that's seasonal one of the beers we really love that's seasonal is their chocolate milk stout. It's only available September through March.
And every once in a while they'll put out a version with coconut in it called Tiki, is the bomb.
It is so dang good, yeah.
Four Hands, put out more Tiki.
Hey, please bring back the Tiki. But their flagship is what I said earlier. Their flagship brand is Citywide, and it is an American Pale Ale. And this is what they say. It showcases a blend of Centennial, Citra, and Simcoe hops. And they put them in the kettle. They use them in the kettle during dry hopping. And they say it bursts with aromas of citrus, melon, and tropical fruit, tapering into a juicy, crisp finish. All I know is it's usually my go-to if we go to a restaurant. That's usually what I get. I love Citywide.
They've got 3 versions of Citywide, correct?
Well, they've got Citywide. They've got Statewide.
They got Citywide Stout, but I thought there was a third Citywide, too.
That I'm not sure about. But Citywide, this is the final thing I'll say about Four Hands, and I think kind of sets them apart. They like to say that it's more than beer to them, what they do. They want to be a partner in the community. They say they want to help make St. Louis a better St. Louis. And so they're very charitable. They definitely donate a lot of product to events around town that are fundraisers. But the big thing they do is they've given over $300,000 to nonprofits in the St. Louis area because they donate $1 from every case of Citywide that's sold. So that means they sold 300 cases Citywide. So I'm probably not quite getting that right, but they have given over $300,000, and they are now trying to raise $50,000 by selling statewide. And their goal for that is to work with this organization called Veterans Community Project. They're building housing for veterans. So that's what they're working on there. But I love that they are really focused on giving back. That's a big part of their website if you go there. But I think they have great beers. I've enjoyed pretty much all of them that we've tasted there. There's always a fun variety. Mm-hmm. Their tasting room's fun.
Tasting room's fun. They outsource the food. Every time we've gone, there's been a different person cooking or different entity making the food.
Yeah, the kitchen's downstairs.
So it's been kind of like, what's it going to be this time kind of thing. So, and I hope that's on purpose. Like they just, every 3 months we're going to bring in someone new.
I don't know.
But,
I'm not sure about
it's been kind of fun.
Yeah.
You think like, what will it be this time? I don't know. So.
I would say the only challenge around it is parking can be challenging. They've got 2 parking lots and there's street parking, but if they're having some kind of a festival or something.
If you go on Cardinals game day.
It's tight.
People will walk for blocks and blocks to get to the Cardinals and to park for cheap. So.
But they do a lot of events too to get people together. So we love Four Hands. I'm so glad it's in our community. And now, like I said, I love the Citywide Pale Ale. We have not tried the stout yet. So you're going to now enjoy this with us.
Very dark, almost no light shines through it. Here we go.
Smells rich. Oh yeah, that's a good malty stout.
Yeah, it's
not really chocolatey.
No, not chocolatey. Guinness-ish without being like the heavy foam and stuff like that. It's kind of that similar kind of char.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
that's wonderful. That's good. I could get in trouble with this.
It's not as heavy as a lot of dark beers.
That's what I'm saying. It drinks well.
It's got a full flavor to it, but it doesn't feel thick.
Yeah.
It's not syrupy like an Imperial Stout or something like a Russian Imperial Stout or anything like that.
And we got the fleur de lis on the front of the can here, very pretty.
For St. Louis.
Yeah. So anyway, that's a good beer. I really enjoyed it. So anyway.
Thanks, Citywide.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Four Hands.
So we had our St. Louis test marketed Transformer.
McDonald's Food Changeables.
Food Changeables.
So not Transformers, but they are transforming toys.
And then we had our beer from St. Louis's largest craft brewery that also gives back. So if you have a chance, there's two places you can go to try it out if you want to, drink their beer from the tap on premises. Or
I'm seeing this stuff pretty much everywhere.
Yeah, go to any local store in the.
I'm not sure how far they get out of the St. Louis region, but anywhere in the St. Louis region, you're gonna be able to find Four Hands stuff.
Go to sporting events. Yeah, they're selling it there. So, and it's a good beer. It is my go-to beer when we're out places. So anyway,
and I believe amongst the ones I saw, because I was looking at this the other day, I think they have a Citywide that's non-alcoholic.
It's very possible because they've really delved into that as well. So. Yep. Yeah, there's just about anything you might like to drink when you go to Four Hands. So,
So, I know these aren't on Chris McFeely's The Basic Song because he sticks to actual Transformers. But if you go on YouTube and look up the Food Changeables, you're going to find all kinds of cool videos, including the one that was like once I mentioned the commercial that actually had some animation. They were like cartoon versions of these toys talking about how they were going to help the Earthlings, and that kind of fun stuff.
Help the Earthlings eat more McNuggets.
Eat more McDonald's, yeah. I think you can definitely find information about these on Wikipedia. I don't think the Transformers wiki has much on these, but if you want to, you can always go to tfwiki.net to find out more information about Transformers in general. If you want to see anything else like this, I know there's some other McDonald's type stuff that I have plans of showing at some point.
Ooh, really?
McDonald's had their very own limited edition line of their own transforming toys that were not food like this. So
holy cow! There's still more.
Yeah.
More. We can still go back to the well on this.
We can still go back to the well on this.
Question: were these fueled by Energon or honey mustard dipping sauce?
Yes.
Okay, just wondering.
And good vibe.
And who was the leader?
I think it was Macro Mac.
Okay.
He was the leader. So yeah. So press all those buttons. Keep all those likes and share and subscribe.
Yeah.
And maybe we can get up to 150 finally after this video comes out.
Are you going to be number 150?
That'd be amazing.
Oh, it might be you.
But remember always to drink responsibly, play responsibly, and
I don't know.
Thanks for coming
and watching our show.
BeerFormers.
More than meets the eye.
Cheers.
Cheers.